you don't have free will. Everything you do is predetermined and has already been, all you're doing is following some NPC script that you had no control over. I've been thinking about how recently I do feel like the decisions I make, sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's because I've watched The Matrix way too many times and I just have an obsession with Tyler Durden, so I can't get enough of Fight Club. But I think about how we live in a society. I think about how the decisions I've made, me going to college, me living here, me living there, the risk I've taken, in a sense, it's kind of predictable. It's kind of predictable. If a guy is really good at math and then ends up working for a hedge fund, is there really that much of a surprise? Or if if you're a teenage mom or whatever, you get pregnant before that high school graduation, is it really a surprise that the decisions you make afterwards? I've been wondering about success and failure because, I'm the master of both, most successful, most failed. I've been wondering about how those two are correlated and whether or not there's something above, because this ties into this philosophical thing, free will versus determinism, and I'm not qualified to go into that, and the answer is both are wrong. None of the above. I've been thinking about just the decisions I've been making, about me doing this internship and me taking this risk and me leaving accounting and coding. And I've been thinking about how, is it surprising? Is it surprising that I did this? Your boy hated accounting. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is, the moment I pay off my student loan, your boy's going to leave computer science or whatever it's called. But is it predict? If anything, the most surprising thing I would be is if this YouTube channel actually hits 1,000 subscribers. That would be the most surprising thing, because I have not planned that at all. I think I've plateaued. Your boy peaked in high school and now I'm just riding off the wave of previous success. I've been wondering about my future, obviously, but I've also been wondering about how some things just feel like I'm in the Truman Show. When I see two cars right next to each other that are back to back in the same exact thing. When I'm in my apartment complex, what's good with girls wearing Lululemon? Is there I want a piece of that pie. What's good, but the fact that they all wear the same thing, or that dudes all wear their UT shirt. I think about how, okay, all these things are happening, and I probably do a lot of NPC things too. I probably do a lot of things that I do the most African things, man. I watch Lion King on rerun, and I have a big appreciation for Black Panther. I wonder about how, are these my choices? If I was born white or Asian or, Mexican, because sometimes I feel a little Mexican, I just love me some, not tamales, I don't like tamale, but I do love what is it, not a quesadilla, but I love a burrito. No, actually, who am I kidding? I don't like burritos. I like how I talk about all the things I dislike when I'm trying to, no, but I do love some tacos, man. I do love me some tacos and tostadas and chorizo, man. So don't get me started. I won't eat a torta, but I'll definitely have some al pastor. What is it? I just wonder about okay, Ugandan heritage, whatever. Did I really choose some of the things I like? Or is it because I have a genetic predisposition? Because it feels a whole lot more like the second, where if you have XYZ traits, you're just gonna do XYZ. It's not like I chose this. Yeah, you could say I chose computer science, I chose leave. But if you come from a family of professionals or whatever, or you just have an analytical mind, is it really surprising? Even me making these YouTube videos, if I were to tell, now your boy I can't flex on 371 subscribers, even though, like I said, very grateful. But is it surprised that I upload these videos? Is it oh my God, what? For the people, shout out to the one person who watches consistent. I don't know who you are, but I know you're out there. I make these videos, but even if you decide to watch these videos, isn't that kind of predetermined? Isn't the algorithm must think something about you, or actually I think the algorithm's really just cursing you. They're just feeding you something that is not, this is unhealthy. This is Big Mac McDonald's meal type of content where, you're definitely going to walk out with less than more. But that's just the way we do things. And I think about this because I wonder, okay, if what I'm doing is predetermined, let's say I have kids and whatever, is their life predetermined or this or this or that? But I'm like thinking about, am I like just following a script or doing what I want to do? Because I try to do what I want to do, but even then it's like, am I just following something? Am I doing this? Because I keep asking myself these big questions of why am I here, this and that. And so far the answer I keep on coming up with is, okay, I'm just supposed to have a pack of Doritos and then just some Chick-fil-A nuggets when it comes to my purpose. I don't know about work, I don't know about this, I don't know about any of that. But I think about how the things I do are kind of like, they're kind of scripted almost. Going to college, doing the, like you're following this beaten path, having a job, and these aren't bad things inherently, but they're very predictable. And obviously stability is great. It's great to be stable. It's great, you know, it's great to look at your retirement portfolio and see it just, you know, growing. You don't want it to go down. You don't want it to go up too much. You just want it to just it growing. But I wonder, it's like, okay, is this like what I want to do, or is this like something that kind of, you know, I keep on thinking of the Uncle Iroh quote, like I forget it exactly, but is this what you want, or is this the destiny that's forced upon you? And it's hard, because a lot of the things I want, I feel like, even the fact that your boy wants to drive a Honda car or a car made in Japan for the rest of his life, this is what my parents did. Like, I don't like see myself driving an American, like, what am I gonna do with a Chevy? Like, what am I gonna do in my Chevy? What, it break down or something? I don't know what to do with a Chevy. I think though that how, you know, all these decisions I have to make, I make them every day. I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know, your boy's I'm gonna watch some Love Island, I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching some Love Island. But I'm gonna just do those things. And that's kind of like what I do. I don't really veer away from that. If I veer away from that, it's like, am I like, is that also predetermined? And I wonder if other people think and feel this way. Like, are we just all just some chat GPT prompt that we just live out? Or are we like individuals with individuality that make their own complex, irrational decisions every day? And when I try to think of the second thing of us being complex and irrational, me going to work in this is very, in a sense, very logical. Like, there's nothing like, oh my gosh, what is it, rise and grind? You know, it's, if anything, I actually get pushback from people at work when I tell them, hey, I don't really care about success. Apparently that's controversial. Apparently it's controversial to say, hey, once I pay off my student loan, you know, I might be a barista, but I'm open to anything. I didn't realize, like, that's the thing I get the most pushback from. Not like, oh, I'm gonna grind. It's like they're expecting me to say that. But when you say the opposite, like, you know, actually life is pretty chill and I just want to live my life and, you know, get a dairy farm or something. They're like, what? No, you gotta get a house. Apparently renting is from the devil. That's what I'm learned. But I'm like, are those also programmed responses? It just seems like there are things in my day where it's like, I'm just like, you know, like beep bop boop, following a script. And, you know, whether or not it's a good thing, who knows, who cares? Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe. My socials will be linked down below and at the end. And we're on the road to 500. Whether or not we get there in July, whether or not we get there during Trump's presidency, or whoever is next, is beyond me. But thank you so much for watching to this point, and I'll see you soon.